Hey y'all, it's Jess. Welcome to the Social Examiner. Here on this channel, we observe the current state of society by reflecting on how we contribute to it as individuals. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about the concept that I mentioned earlier in the past two videos of what life is all about and our capacity as human beings. I've mentioned that we humans are created in two parts. Okay, we have two sides of us, being made in spirit and being made in flesh. So being made in spirit but operating in our flesh, this skin, this mechanism in order for us to live in this physical realm, to see each other physically. Although our spirit is invisible, it can't be seen apart from this body. But it's inside, it's deposited inside, and our spirit being inside of this body, we're able to move from place to place. We're able to enter into cars and go on to whatever destination, and we're able to do things and live life in this physical realm out. Okay, so I know it's a whole mouthful, and when I say that we humans, in the one of the videos, I mentioned that we humans are vehicles, as in our physical flesh. This body is a vehicle slash vessel for us to be able to function and do something, to do many things. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna do an illustration right here. I have my board, I have my dry erase marker, and I have my notes. Okay. So good and refreshing. I'm drinking this celery and green apple lemon drink. Fresh drink, because I just really needed a pick-me-up. I need to be hydrated. So yeah, that took me a long time to wash all my fruits and veggies and then juice it. So I have a lot of notes. Okay. This is pretty much take two with this video. I did it a while back and then I lost the footage. So I'm gonna do a redo, but now I love drawing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just paint the picture of the whole idea of us humans being vehicles. I feel like it's gonna help us understand ourselves better and help us think and be able to process our life experience, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be referring to my notes a lot. So with us being humans, I don't wanna use this. I wanna use my purple marker. All right, so now I have my screen flipped the opposite side because I like to see how I look, okay? I like to see how I look, and be front facing with my screen, turned to selfie mode, but we'll make this work. All right. So, humans, okay, being of flesh and spirit, okay? So with the flesh part, it is made up of skin, okay, bones, muscles, arteries, cells, etc. Okay? All right? This concept that we're going to get into about flesh is that our flesh part, the part that we see, look at little eyeballs. The part that we see, eyes, okay, is the vehicle part. Vehicle or vessel. Okay? So now with the spirit part, our spirit is eternal. Let me just check my camera and make sure this is capturing everything. Okay, it is. I might have little cartoons that I'm going to use because I don't know if y'all can see everything. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. Okay, that's perfect. All right. So our spirit is eternal. Okay, it lives on. What is that infinity sign? You know, it lives on. Okay, our spirit, I'm gonna put more words to it for us to kind of understand, you know, the whole, like, understand the whole thing consisting of our spirit. It's ageless. It's ageless, okay? It is absent of time. Ageless, timeless, okay? Our vehicles, all right? Okay. So humans were created by God. In this case, to use the whole vehicle, automobile kind of lingo, I would say God, our manufacturer. Okay? We were created in his image. That's mentioned in the Bible. I don't think, because right now I'm a female, I'm I guess considered African American or whatever. Like, I don't think God looks like me, okay? I know people have mentioned, oh, God looks like you. He looks Asian. He looks like this. He looks like everybody all in one. And I guess with our eyes, we're seeing him as we want to see him or something. Like, I don't know. I heard that ideology before, which I think that's completely false. So we're created in his image. Right now, all we know about his image is that it is invisible, okay? It is invisible. I cannot see him with my physical eyes, not even in a dream, okay? No one knows how God looks like, okay? No one can see him in scripture. No one can see him. But anyways, what I'll just do for the sake of this illustration is put a little ghost figure, like, okay, can't really tell, just woo, okay. A manufacturer, okay? So the manufacturer is the designer of my vehicle, okay? He created life, okay? We talked about it, what life is all about in my last video. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and pause this video and go straight into that one and kind of, I think it was, about an hour long or something. Go ahead and watch it to kind of understand the basis of what I talked about in there. But yes, he created this life, okay? The blueprint. Okay, I don't think y'all can see that part. Let me turn this to the side and go up a little bit. Oop. Okay, let's see. I think my thing is a little bit crooked. My camera is a little bit crooked because of my tripod. I'm gonna get a new one. Let me try to fix it. All right, I literally have a pen that it's resting on. All right, so he created this life. He's the designer, so he created this life, therefore he has the blueprint. He knows what's gonna happen from the, from the beginning to end. To the end. He knows every single thing going on. And then also creating human beings, he created the humans uniquely, okay? Although we can look similar or whatever, we have a unique thumbprint. We still have unique features. We're one of a kind, okay? He created us uniquely and clearly for a purpose. If we read scripture, if we read or study psychology, we're created for a purpose. We are longing, we're searching for something, we're doing something, we're trying to live in our good behavior and not our bad. We're trying to learn. So it's the whole thing. But anyways, uniquely, and we have a purpose. Okay, so now let's talk about our vehicle for a little bit. Our vehicle, so I'm gonna draw. So when I say we're vehicles, okay, I'm gonna use this car illustration. Okay. The vehicle is our flesh, okay? The part that we can see, this flesh has certain features, okay? It has a phenotype. It has a color. All right? That's what we can see with our naked eye, with the eyeballs. Now, we have a spirit. So our spirit is the driver of our vehicle. I'm gonna put this little cute little ghost who is having their hand out for the wheel. Can y'all see that? Okay. This little cute ghost, us, or the spirit that has God likeness, okay, is in this vehicle. This vehicle was made for us. We could, to take care of this vehicle that has been given to us, to do things with this vehicle, okay? This vehicle has a limit. It's limited. Okay, we're restricted with what we can do. I can't fly. I can't do certain things. Okay, I can only walk. I'm limited. Okay, it is age bound. Time plays a role in the development phase, which we'll talk about. But yes, age bound. We have an age to us. Okay, once we're young and we get older, and we have a death date, which we don't know. So this body also deteriorates. How do I spell that? Deteriorate. I don't know how to spell that, so let's just say we experience death. Okay, the body breaks down, the cells breaks down, our bones get weaker and all that kind of stuff, and eventually we will pass away and go into our eternal destination, live in our spirit, celestial body. All right. In the function of our vehicle, in our vessel, we can do things, okay? Our vehicle is to be used. Okay? It's to travel, so to be able to walk and enter into a bus, enter into an automobile, enter into a plane or something and travel around the world, okay? To go beyond, countries and whatever, okay? To also, the dues, so I guess I'll put dues, to eat, to drink. That is our fuel. Okay, I spelled that wrong. That is our fuel. So I'm gonna put a little gas can. A gas can. That's our fuel. Also, to sleep or rest. That is our battery. Let's put battery. I know this doesn't make sense, but to charge. To get charged. We need to rest. We need to charge. Okay? That's a part of our functionality. I'm not going to go into all the functionality, but that's pretty much part of it. All right. So now we have, let me move to the side a little bit. Okay, like that. So in our creation, I would say, we have a year, make, model, and color. Think about a vehicle, it got these categories. So year, I'll just say age. There's a time that you were created and deposited into this world. So I might just do that underneath here. So what I'll say is created in the heavens. So I'll put God over here and a smaller illustration here. Put his arms there. Created in the heavens. So that's the separation. Put down into the earth. Okay. Deposited. Okay. So you're given to your parents. Okay. It took a male vehicle. So I'm going to put a smiley face because pretty much the spirit is inside the car. Just think about the spirit is inside the car. There's clearly a driver. So this, we'll put this driver. But for the sake of this small illustration here, maybe I should zoom in. Because I think, let's bring it down a bit. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, I think y'all can see it a little bit. Okay. So, just say these are mini cars, but pretty much I meant to put this as this. It's smaller. So let's put the female, this female vehicle, and we got the male vehicle. Okay. Procreating, and creating a baby vehicle. Okay. The baby vehicle right there. All right, so yeah, so we're being created, but we're deposited. It takes a male and a female to procreate and bring out another vehicle vessel, okay? So a spirit God creates is deposited. It starts off being a baby in age, okay? I'll go further, but okay, let me go back into this part. So there's a year, so there's an age, make, model, and color. So the color, I'll put phenotype, okay? Phenotype, sometimes we get that mixed up with race. That's the construct that we created, I understand, but I'm not gonna go too all into it. All right, so make and model. What I will say for these, I know make and model, it will be like, oh, that could have been race, that could have been something like that. I'll just stick to make being the country, model being the tribe or culture group that you relate with, you grew up with, bloodline, DNA, whatever you want to call it. These people that you've been around have generations procreated, generations, you're within that tribe, within that group per se, okay? Now, to jump back into here, okay, we're getting into the process of life. We're gonna get into the process of life. So once God creates you, there's a verse in the Bible. I don't know exactly which one. I'm just paraphrasing. It's like, I've known you as before I created you in your mother's womb. You're predestined, right? Predestined life. If you're created right now, if you're living and breathing right now, you have a destiny. You were created on purpose. Okay? And we'll get into that in a bit. But yes, you were created and you were designated for this family, these parents, okay? You're this seed in line to be able to be cultivated in the womb of the female and be birthed out into the world on the 9th or 10th month, 9th, 10th, 8th month, whatever month, okay? But to be a baby. So now you go through the stages. In this vehicle, you have to grow up, okay? You have to grow up. All right. So from baby or toddler, baby and toddler stage, from the, adolescence, I don't know how to spell that. Adolescence, hopefully I spelled that right. To be a young adult or a high schooler, and then an adult, okay? Make sure you guys are seeing this in your screens, okay? So we have stages of life. It's the stages of life. So of course, in this baby toddler stage, you have to be taught a lot, okay? In the video of when I discussed our capacity as human beings, you know, we have two natures. We have the good and evil. Of course, we have no issues with the good. We need to pay attention to the evil so that is not blossom in our adulthood, right? So we need to have parents who hopefully is morally sound, hopefully have learned through life experience and came to awareness of certain things that they need to focus on and practice self-discipline, kindness, be gentle, be problem solvers, know how to self-regulate, how to cope, and X, Y, and Z, good habits, and, you know, learn all of that. And then now when they come together and choose to start a family, they begin to teach the kid, okay? So the kid can learn, okay? Then grow in the adolescence. So still that's getting passed on to the adolescence year. You know, the kid is trying to come into their own, learn life experience. And then finally in the young adult stage, they want to explore their independence. Explore the independence. Okay. Also learning, still being taught, learning, okay. Understanding life and the world at large. Okay, you're seeing peer pressure, you're understanding what influence is. Okay, so now you're further going and going, you go to school, you get educated. There's so much things to learn. And then further pushing you onto that adulthood, that independence, then you become a full-blown adult. There's things we still have to learn. There's a lot of awareness that is being made, hopefully. There's a lot of lessons learned, okay? Let's see. Okay. And then, okay, so yeah. There's a lot of lessons learned. Okay, there's a lot of awareness going on. I'm really putting emphasis on this awareness. But as you can see, this is stages. This is the stages of life. All right. So in this phase, okay, we have this, this concept. Okay, I'm growing into something. I'm developing as a vehicle. And then we're going to get into the development. Okay. So let me pause and take a picture of this, and then I'll get into my part 2. All right. So ready to take a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna have to erase it because I don't have any room. I don't have any room. So let me erase this real quick. I'll probably erase, I'm gonna erase the top part. Yeah, let me erase the top part. Okay, because we're still talking about the process of life. So this pretty much goes into my video of what life is all about. The themes and things that I mentioned in that video is going to help us understand this part, and in the analogy of us being vehicles to help us give us more insight. Okay, so to do a recap on what life is all about. Get this out of the way. Oh, why did I cross right through it? Okay. What life is all about. Okay. There you go. I talked about, part of it was awareness of life, our human existence, Okay? This life being temporary, okay, as an expiration date, we see that. We've seen people get sick, pass away, or just pass away naturally, just to do with age. Okay, the existence of community. There's many people belonging to other people in certain tribes and certain cultures, but they exist together. Okay, you can kind of see a support. There's a meaning behind that, but like a support system to grow. You know, we call it a village. Okay, but you know, it's not only family, it's friends, it's coworkers, it's everything. There's other people. We have to commune with people. We have to have experience with people. All right. Also, in our experience that we've seen, so of course we know that there's a behavior. So there's a behavioral aspect. Okay, our nature to do both good and evil is a download that we received first when we were created. I mentioned it in our capacity as human beings video. When God created Adam and Eve, or first Adam, and then Eve, they were good. All they knew was good. They were communing with God in close proximity in the Garden of Eden. All they knew was good. Okay? Until they ate of that fruit of knowledge, from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then they became double-minded, which equals double capacity to do both things at all levels. The potential to do things in different levels, different extremity. Okay? Also, in the behavior, so things are lived out in lifestyle or action, we also experience let's see here. We experience these two things. So good, joy, happiness, success, you know, in the bliss of things are going so well. I feel good about myself. I feel confident. I want to spread this to all people. I want to influence all people in this good feeling. Okay, this good knowing in us. And then also, we can experience the bad, the evil, the ugly, okay, the painful things. Okay, why are things painful? You know, like ow, okay, this has the expiration date too. Our body aches, the bones is doing its own thing, you know, whether it's, you know, through weakness or diseases and stuff, okay. And then we can also say adversity, which shouldn't necessarily be in totally bad. Okay, adversity and challenges should not be only deemed as bad, but of course there's an adversity people experience that could be inherently bad just due to, you know, unsensible murder and whatever. So I'll put in the middle, think of it like a Venn diagram. I'll put adversity here because there's also good adversity, but yeah, it could be either or. All right. So a big thing that I've noticed when it comes to the adversity and the bad, I feel like in my life, just in observation and other people's lives and stuff, is in these times where we feel like we're not in control. We're not in control of our destiny. We're not in control of what happens to us all the time, okay? We're not in control of other people. We're not. Okay? We're not in control of other people. Let me zoom in a little bit. Hold on. Let me fix this a little bit. Let me put my pen because it's a little bit crooked. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, we experience that we're not in control. We're not in control of people. We're not in control of everything that happens to us. People can kind of harm us and do things to us. Okay? In this moment, we feel vulnerable, sometimes hopeless. In this time, we are needy or needing to be dependent. Okay? We need certain tools. We need certain instructions. We need certain guidance. Okay? We're needing something outside of ourselves, outside of our parents, outside of our friends, outside of our strangers, the strangers in our lives. Okay? Also, in these moments of downtime and when we're really deep in thought, okay, we think, who am I? That's a part of our, what is life all about? Who am I? What is my purpose? Why was I created? Okay. So all these thoughts that comes out of here and just really examining what life is all about, that can only be answered by our Creator. Our God, our manufacturer. It goes all back to Him. So, where I said our life is all about awareness, that is literally a part of the awareness. LOL, I know I started with doing number 1 and 2 and whatever, but it all flowed, so it's whatever. There's not one after the other. I think we'll get to whatever the awareness is, just depending on what's going on in our lives. But yes, our Creator, who created us, right now experiencing a physical experience. So therefore we're in this vehicle to be seen by each other, okay? Let me put a little, to be seen, okay? So these are the questions we ask. And of course, if you were not introduced to a faith or religion, okay, my faith is Christianity. Through it, I was, still not fully understanding of who God is and His attributes. And I didn't really read the Bible that much, so I didn't know His word. I have a little trust issues. I don't know much. I still don't know much, but I'm actively doing a study. I'm actively trying to understand more about God and what's going on in this life and my existence, my identity and stuff. And things are making sense now. However, I don't think I will ever get to a point to where I will know it all. So that's out of my brain. But I'm understanding that life is connected back to Him. It's connected back to God, our Creator, our manufacturer, who is our ultimate guide. Ultimate guide. So I know we have many guides in this life. We have gurus, we have counselors, we have therapists, people who have studied certain things and can help us along the way, right? But at the end of the day, God is our ultimate guide. He sends those people to you. He sends certain people our way. So that's why it's very important for us to have our eyes open. Okay, not everyone is for us, but once we have that discernment, we can see who is for us and who is just like a distraction, or who is just trying to actually harm you. We're able to distinguish and see, oh wow, in community we are to help each other along the way. There's certain people guiding us and supporting us, but I know that there's, God is the ultimate source. He's the ultimate guide. He has the blueprint. This life is going to go His way. He's all-knowing. He's all-knowing. So it's very important for us to realize that. And if we don't know Him, that's totally okay, because you're breathing right now. If you're watching this video, you're breathing, okay? You have the chance to reach out to Him by simply talking to Him, by simply turning off the noise and the television and the phone and the social media and all that distraction, to write in your journal and to kind of formulate what you're feeling inside, formulate what you've been experiencing and observing, and what do you want to know about your existence? What do you want to know about this God that you have not met? You know, whatever it is. If you want to connect, you have to turn off the noise. Okay? But yeah, he's the ultimate blueprint. So if he created us, right, uniquely for a purpose, right, there are certain instructions. So first off, we need to be in communication with him. He communicates to us, he talks to us, he gives impressions on our hearts, and it will kind of, if we're paying attention enough, it can guide us to where we need to go. But we need to be in communication with him because there's instructions we need to receive. There is missions or callings for us to fulfill. Okay? Yeah. Because we already understand that we're going to experience the good and evil, the good and bad, all right? That another term would be the hills and valleys. So I'll put life is existing in a pattern. So hills and valleys, hills and valleys. Or you can say it's like this. It's a cycle. It's a pattern. There's many pattern sequences. This is all meaning the same thing. What's the other one? And in this pattern, I put the little sun here. That's saying in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. The same things that happened in the past is repeated in the modern day. Unfortunately, it has been. There's no new crime. There's no new ways of doing good. There's no new ways of doing evil. Okay? Things are happening in a pattern and things because, I think I mentioned it in my video of what life is all about, things exist in a pattern for us to be able to learn. If things were new every day and we cannot really look at the past because it has no correlation to the future, we wouldn't be able to learn anything. There's what new habits can we instill or lessons can be learned for us not to do the same bad habit if there's nothing to go back on and if everyone's experience in this life is so brand new. How can we relate? How can we have counseling? How can we study psychology if everything is brand new? Every happening in this world is, oh my God. It really isn't. Although we act like it is because sometimes we're not that aware. We're very distracted. We're so focused on money and the typical day-to-day and fulfilling our roles in our career. We're not really focused in seeing the patterns of this life. The hills and the valleys. The good times and the bad times. The harsh, painful times. And the times that you're feeling really great and you're feeling very empowered and you're feeling the strength. But in the valleys, you feel the weakness, okay? We're going through that duality. Things are happening. Therefore, there's certain roles we have to play. Essentially, we're meant to help each other. We are meant to help each other. So what I'm going to erase this bottom part because it's in the way. And I think there's more that I want to say about this part. Okay? So we're going through the hills and valleys. Okay, we're going through the same pattern. Things are repeating itself with other folks in your own life. Okay, this is the experience. Okay, it's through the valleys. You know, the not so good times we experience weakness. So in this weakness, having the mindset of being a vehicle, okay, so, you know, the spirit is in here, okay, the spirit is in here. Through this life experience, we're in the valley, let's talk about it, Okay, we experience the weakness. Okay, sometimes we have a flat tire, a busted tire. I guess the air is coming out of that tire. Okay, we have a flat. Or our vehicle is being beat up and bruised. Okay, people are abusive. Okay, whether it's sexual, whether it's physical, like punching and whatever. People are dealt different cards in this life, all right? Although you're not someone who's going through something that someone else hasn't gone through, however, depending on your proximity or whatever, you personally, individually, is going through something that is, tough. Some people are being harmed. Some people have the best parents. They weren't given basic resources of food and having a fuel. So now their vehicle is malfunctioning, right? Some people went through so much trauma that, their windshield is busted. So let me put a broken glass. Their windshields are busted out. They've been so hurt, so harmed, and now have trauma, which is a very emotional hardwiring, or their, not the electrical, or not electricity, but I guess you'd say the electrical components of the vehicle is malfunctioning, is misfiring, okay? I don't know how to, it's misfiring. The lights and everything on the dashboard is going off, and they need to get diagnosis. They need help. They need intervention. They need a counselor. They need a guide to help them, to intervene and help them on their way, to usher them back into the manufacturer, to go back into a dealership. Sometimes we call dealership. Let me see the garages. Garage. Or like a dealership, which has what? It has the tools. The dealership can be seen as a hospital, okay? That's to help our physical health. Okay, now the therapy can also help our emotional, our mental, which also helps the physical. Okay, so hospital, so we can put a little cross sign. Hospital, to help the physical, it can also help the mental. Therapy to help the mental, which also helps the physical, because I think if you feel very bad inside, your arteries, does a thing. There could be the hormones is off balance, and things are happening. Okay. Also, the garage or the dealership to get tuned up and help, okay, is a place of community. Okay, it could be an AA, Alcohol Anonymous, or whatever substance abuse anonymous place you can go to and get the help that you need. Because some people now, with the fuel that we're given, some people are using drugs as their fuel for their gas tank here to help them cope in life. So instead of using the oil, the regular basic food and food and drinks, water or whatever, they're putting junk. So they're either eating junk food, which could be, I guess you could say, very, very synthetic oil, or trash, drugs. They're probably using olive oil instead of using regular fuel oil. So it's really breaking down their system here, okay? Also, in the community, it can also be church. Church is also supposed to be a place that you can go back to the Creator. That's the point of the church. Okay, the church is a gathering of people who are like-minded, but are interested and invested into getting to know the Creator. Okay? It's meant for encouragement as well. So support, being a part of support and community is support and encouragement, and to also understand your involvement. There's value with you showing up for others and being a part of community, because guess what? with us going through the hills and valleys of life, a pattern, right? There's going to be a time to where you're not going to feel as strong. You're going to feel like you need a pick-me-up. You need people to help you. You're wounded. You've been harmed mentally, physically. It's going to come a time to where you're going to mourn. You're going to be crying. Okay, you need help. You need people to encourage you to keep going on this life cycle, because it does have an end date, and it's very important for you to now, you can sulk, cry it out, go through the motions, but then come back up, renew your strength to keep going, and then also fulfill your calling and your mission, because you were created uniquely for a purpose. You're not here for decoration to lollygag and just think you should be hopping on jets and traveling up and down without connecting and doing something, right? There's something going on in the world around us. We need to pay attention and see what that is. But it's very important for you to be involved. So not only for you to receive help, but to, what I put in here? Somewhere in here. To give, okay, hold on. To receive and give help, support, encouragement. That's what life is all about. To do life with each other. You're doing life with each other. It's a give and take. Life is about a give and take. It's an investment into each other. Okay? We have to do life with each other. I know our world is going very individualistic. It's very me and mine and what I do you, boo. I'm over here, don't worry about me. Mind your business, mind your business. Okay? Sometimes that saying, is useful depending on what we're talking about. But just in doing life with each other, okay, there are certain things we're doing that's influencing other things onto other people, right? There are certain things that we're doing that is affecting other people that we come around, okay? Because we don't stay in our house. Most of us have to go out and get the groceries. Most of us has to clock into work, be at work. We're not working remotely, okay? You need to get gas to fill up your car, all this stuff. So people are going to see you, and when people see you and see your presence, feel your aura, your energy, if you said hi to them, you make eye contact or you didn't, and you just dipped and whatever, people are impacted. Of course, there's different levels of, influence and impact. However, we are affected by each other. As I talked about in my video of our capacity as human beings, the prevalence that we're seeing in society and the world at large is due to our existence. Matter of fact, a lot of the adversity, where's the word? I put it around here. A lot of the adversity we are facing, it is due to human behavior. From the thought turning into actions in our heart, it comes out in lifestyle, comes out in doing, comes out in putting laws, comes out in delegation, whether it's in government or whatever. There's certain levels to it. But the adversity that we're seeing, guys, is due to human commitment to a certain action. Okay? So with that being said, unfortunately, just with awareness, we don't all have the same morals. Mm-hmm. We don't all have the same interests, okay? Therefore, we are inevitably going to experience adversity or a challenge. It's probably not the good, healthy challenge of, okay, instead of me giving you, let's say in your workplace, you were hired to be a chief officer, presenter, whatever you want to call it. You're in charge of these people and this team. You're presenting for a company for whatever reason. And now they put more on your plate. So now you're stressed out. Oh my gosh, I have this huge challenge. I have to make this presentation in order for this to go good in the company or whatever the crap. Okay? That's a healthy challenge, or it can crush you and you can fail, crash and burn, whatever. Is not the end all be all. But that's kind of like a healthy potential challenge that you could embark on, and it could turn out good, right? Because part of the adversity and the challenges of this life, it grows us. I think there's a verse in the Bible, the challenges we face or the adversity is meant to bring out perseverance and a resilience out of us. And then also we should have hope for the future. We as humans are visionaries. We have a creative mindset. Our brains can formulate and have the trajectory of what the future can be like. So it motivates us at X, Y, and Z. But where was I going with this? Okay. But yeah, there's good challenges. And now the bad challenges, okay, like certain wars that are going on. Okay. For some reason, we can't all get into the mindset of let's share the land, because technically nobody created the earth. Nobody created the fields that they're walking on. No one created this world. Therefore, everything is being borrowed. Okay, even this vehicle is being borrowed. It's not necessarily mine. God can take it away anytime he wants. I did not create myself. I don't own myself. Okay, I am given the responsibility to do the best I can do with this body, feed myself, to go to sleep and do what I need to do. Because if I'm not doing what I need to do, my body will malfunction. I will be burnt out and cannot even focus and do my calling or have the attention span to even listen to my manufacturer, to listen to my God for instructions on this life and discernment to be at this place or not to be at this place or whatever direction, Okay, wait, see, like my thought, I hop and hop and hop, and this whole conversation can turn to everything at this point. But yeah, let me see where I left off. But yes, also just plugging it back to what I just, discovered or have seen and observed life being all about, coming to awareness of what this life's all about, our human existence, the part we play in it, the influence, the impact. Also being a community, needing a support system. We're doing life with each other. We mirror each other to a certain degree. We project a lot of things and experiences, right? Very similar experiences. We have both and all the same nature of the good and evil, the double mindset, double capacity, and potential to do many things, okay? And this experience is just an inevitable experience. That's pretty much all it is. It's an inevitable experience. We have a timeline or a time when all this will end and we'll be ejected. I mentioned that in one of those videos. To die is to be ejected, for your spirit to be ejected out of the vehicle. Out of the body, the car gets buried 6 feet under, it deteriorates, and the spirit goes to its eternal destination, which we don't totally know everything about it. The Bible says this thing, sometimes we interpret it. There's a lot of, parables and very figurative language that could kind of make it hard for us to kind of all interpret the Bible the same and come to the same conclusion. Even in studying psychology, we don't really know what life is outside of this physical realm. However, from what we do understand, this is a temporary experience we are living, okay? So that's why it's very important for us to pay attention and not be so distracted in just being glued to our phones, typing away, living vicariously through other people's lives. It's very important for us to be focused on our lives, not being self-centered, but being self-aware. Because I know a lot of us claim to know ourselves like the back of our hand. I'm here to tell you, absolutely not. Okay, I know I'm 27 years old, about to be 28, and I've met people who are even older than me, right? I consider them my mentors and stuff. Even them, they're still figuring things out and discovering themselves and seeing a whole new light that they did not know, they're not aware of, okay? So hopefully this, helps you understand or help you process better what it means to be human. Also, with looking at my other videos, I kind of go in depth and just kind of, I think I have a gift of just picking things apart to kind of see the bigger picture, the meat and potatoes of what it is that we're experiencing, with certain topics. So hopefully this helps. I don't want to be long-winded. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm pretty much done. I'm ready to wrap it up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This little cute illustration and stuff. But yeah, I feel like in my life, this has really opened my head up. Like, oh, okay, I understand this. Especially this part. When we experience the downtime, it's very important for us to, when we have gone back to this, our windshield, that's another thing, that's another analogy, to go further into our vehicles. When our windshield has been cracked, or some of our windshield is blurry, it has muck, it has mud, it needs to be cleaned, it needs to go to the car wash so you can see clearly. Some of us have a different perception. Some of us have a very negative perception on life. It's all the way one-sided. It's not in the middle. It's not balanced. Their view of the world is not a balanced view. It's all the way to the right or all the way to the left in ideology and beliefs. Okay, some of us could be very stubborn, hard-headed, not open-minded to really hear others' life experience and things to come into conclusion of what this life is all about. There's a bigger picture. And it's very important for us, if we see a vehicle that's misfiring and damaged, broken, and bruised, for us to go ahead and, if they got a flat tire, to hitch a tow and pull them out of the ditch, pull them out of their situation, help support them, connect them with other people who can better help them in their time of need. Because there's going to be a time it's very important. For those who's being solo dolos and isolated, it's very important for you to be a part of a community. Don't be by yourself. Don't be isolated. Don't think it's a good thing. Because I do understand, I don't want to be around humans, or I don't want to be about people. I don't like people. I hate people because they can't be trusted and they're not honest and they're going to harm me. Because, matter of fact, I got, abused. I was hurt by so-and-so. And I get it. That can leave a bad taste in your mouth. But now people are even missing out on you because you're supposed to help somebody. You've been through an experience that can help somebody. Once you kind of get yourself figured out first. Because, if you kind of, are broken down, you don't have the energy really to help other people. So right now you need to go pull up to a gas station and get your fuel. Okay, you need to go back to the manufacturer and get your download, because there's always updates. There's always updates that you're going to receive to better function in your season, in your time, at the right timing of certain things. So you need to be plugged in, because right now you're supposed to be around a group that's going to help point you towards your manufacturer as well. And then you receive the fuel and you're going to experience the heal, what is to be in heal. You're in this process and you finally reach your heal, your peak. Even in between here, you can actually help somebody in between the valley and heal as well, right? But by you just being isolated and not plugged into community, people are missing out on you. Because remember, you are created for a purpose. You have a particular calling. Don't miss out on it. As long as you're breathing, your time hasn't run out yet. There's still hope and there's still chance for you to be doing something. But if you don't know what that something is, that's totally okay. Start journaling. Start talking to yourself in the quiet downtime in your apartment, in your house, wherever you're at, in your car. I love talking in my car. Like, how am I feeling? You can look in the mirror because, we barely see our face all the time. We're not always standing at a mirror. So we don't see our face all the time. Only other people see our faces, right? That's why other people are our mirrors. We look at their face, we're smiling, they're smiling. We're happy, we're laughing, we make them laugh and happy. It's like a mirror. We reflect each other's, we mirror each other for the most part. That's what I'm learning in this book that I'm reading. And it's called The Body Keeps a Score. Guys, I'm going to actually do a book review on that. So stay tuned if you're interested. But yeah, I think I'm done babbling. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And even share this video because I feel like it's going to help a lot of people. And without further ado, I will hope to see you guys next time in my next video. Stay tuned to the Social Examiner and see you in the next one. Bye!